KOTOR was the same way.
Well,
it was built off of third edition rule set, essentially turn-based.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Celestra is pretty good turn-based for 5th edition D&D. And that's pretty enjoyable. And I was enjoying this until fucking I get the party up to 4th level and I still can't do a goddamn thing. You know, when you go through 10 rounds of combat without a single hit or a single spell landing, I'm sorry, man. I don't know who finds that fun, but he's not wearing a white shirt or a cowboy hat at the moment. I'll tell you fucking that for nothing.
I mean, well, that's not necessarily the rules so much as the balance of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, look, here's this one. How about this one? Opportunity attack. You go down unconscious. You cast Cure Light Wounds on somebody. They go to stand up. The second they stand up, they invoke an opportunity attack and get mowed down.
Yep.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant role play roles there. That's great stuff.
Well, I mean, maybe we had a great DM because I don't really remember many of those gripes.
Right. What I'm saying is I would house rule the fuck out of that, obviously. Mm-hmm. Yes, obviously. Yeah. But this is rules is written in this game, hardwired.
We did have a super hardcore, like, rule lawyer in our group, though.
Those are fun.
Oh, my God.
Those are fun.
He was the worst. He was the worst. You're like, well, actually, you wouldn't be able to do that because rules is written.
Yeah, that's not. You got the wrong address, friend. This isn't the rules is written house. This is my house. Right. Would you like directions? They start at the front door. Go out there and look for them.
Barry would pretty much just be like, okay, that's nice, but that's stupid, so we're doing it this way.
Oh, I like Barry. I like him a lot.
I mean, we played that game for like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, if you're playing around a table, you could fix all this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome everyone back to Icewind Dale. Well, you're kind of below and inside of below Icewind Dale and off inside a glacier. In the nethery city of Ytherine. You guys have been exploring. You have found a couple of arcane towers that appear to possess the components or the secrets that you need to gather. You've made the assumption, correct or not, that all these components will be found within the various towers. Having found one in the Tower of Transmutation, you have since journeyed on and found the Tower of Conjuration, which appears to have been maintained throughout the long millennium, the eon, since it has been buried in the glacier by unseen servants who have attempted to keep it clean and mended it as best they could. You found the main gathering hall within the tower. Stepping through the front door, you were kind of portaled into this warm, cozy room, the first that you felt in a while. Actually needing to disrobe some of your gear. A feast was provided. Some of you took part in it. Some of you did not. And then you made an exploration of the room, finding a bejeweled, gilded chest that Villain was able to identify as a magical item. In the colloquialism, we're just going to use the colloquialism because I don't want to keep freaking trying to pronounce that. Abracadabra, as a conjuration box, where some of the food and the items that you've seen in the room were procured. There was also a cage with an animal in it that apparently every minute or so would change to become a different animal. And you found a portal And like the one down below, the portal actually opened. And when somebody tried to step through, they were whisked away. But the portal went dormant for about a minute before beginning to glow again and able to use it. First, we had Thea, the brave, who tried her luck with it. And after a minute, followed quickly by Kaz. There seems to be some kind of bond there. And that's where we left off. So let me drop you guys into the map. Give it a second to load. We pick up with Tam, Verlaine, and Filbert. Currently in the main room.
So was this the transmutation or conjuration?
You're currently in the conjuration tower.
Right, okay. And we did abjuration in the last one?
I'm sorry. You guys were, that's right, you were in abjuration first, and have not found the transmutation. Sorry, guys. Ugh, getting my magical schools. No, you are absolutely right. I was incorrect. I failed out of Hogwarts. They threw me out. I didn't fail out. I mean, who knew you could break the rules that quickly? I mean, at 11. Give me a magic wand and expect me to follow rules? I mean, he's shitting me.
Are you ladies going into the portal?
Already in there.
I don't know. I think they need some alone time or something.
I think so too.
Verlaine kind of finishes off what looks to be like some kind of desserty tart. Licks off of her fingers, and she does actually at this point pick up a napkin and daintily now wipes off her face, very much in opposition to the way she was ravenously shoving food into her gob for the last 15 minutes or so. Lets out a little more. Well, Lord knows what type of trouble they're probably getting in without me. I will take the leap of faith. And she strolls over. As she does so, you guys see that the glow begins to come back. And the cat is no longer in there, but now it is a rat.
Cool. So nobody mentioned that there were like dessert tarts on the table, so go over and grab a tart and then wait for the portal to open again.
Okay.
And eat my tart while I'm waiting.
You see a couple different types. There are blueberry, raspberry, and snozzberry.
Do they taste like snozzberries?
Snozzberries.
We are the dreamers, and we are the dreams on the dream. All right, so Verlaine clinks out. And a minute later, the door begins to glow again. And now, as Filbert, you going next?
Yes, I am forgetting Winazira's character's name now.
Tam Tam.
Tam, there you go. I knew it was a T. I'm gonna ask her if she's coming along.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute after you go.
Alright. Go through.
Okay. Tart in hand, one for the road. Filbert winks out.
As soon as he leaves,
Oh, I knew this was coming.
I'm just curious. Tintin's just a little bit curious. If I open the cage, does the animal change or does it stay in there?
Roll an investigation. A 6 with your -1 on investigation. You go to open up the door and grab the cage, and you actually have your hands around one of the bars before you realize, wait a minute, that's not a door. And you look around the sides of the cage and whatnot, and there is no door to this cage. It's like a big bird cage, like a kind of a golden gilded kind of bird cage type of thing, like you would see a parrot in. But there's no actual doors to it.
Well, that is disappointing. I'll stuff some food in my little... Oh, I already did that last session. Don't worry. I already have my food all prepared to go. I will go over to the chest.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say... I don't know if it'll work, but I just want like a white dragon statue. Just a small, tiny one.
Okay.
See if it works.
The ruby, I'll be okay. The pearl embedded in the top begins to glow softly, and then stops.
I open it.
Inside, you see a small wooden, you think it's wood, but it's very, very smooth and very, very white. But you can basically make out little grains in the wood to know that it's still wood, of a dragon kind of sitting on its back hunches, its tail wrapped around its legs, with its mouth kind of half open inside. It's about 4 inches high.
And I give a little, and I put it away, and I'll go through the door.
Okay. All right, each of you kind of experience a similar thing as you see, you step into this blazing flash of light first, and then you your vision becomes clearer as you materialize. You see another room altogether from where you originally left. First 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you suddenly appear in there. This lavish room is bathed in yellow light from magical candles around the perimeter. The room is dominated by glowing runes that appear in 10-foot radius circle on the floor and the ceiling. Within the circle, you don't see anything currently. There is, however, a beautiful writing desk facing the north wall. Set within the south wall of the room, 4 stones glow with animal depictions. Doors exit from the room to the east and to the west.
Oh, Lang. I've been in here a little while longer than y'all. If this is a room where you make stuff, like magically, right? Maybe we could write on that writing desk. Something.
Idea?
I haven't touched it yet. I didn't want it to blow up.
I mean, I thought you died when you walked through, so you're
I'm
doing
waiting
much.
for you guys.
Do you always go through doors? Willy-nilly?
Look, we are on a time schedule, okay? Not really. Normally I do prefer the cautious approach, but we're running out of time here.
But, it doesn't matter if you're dead.
This is true. Very deep, thank you.
No problem. I like you, bright lady, when you're not bright. So, well, I'd like to keep that.
Can we say while they were doing whatever that I have been, investigating the deaths?
Sure, go ahead and give an investigation. I will also show you what you see on the wall.
Okay. I suck at investigation. Nice.
Animals look familiar.
They sure do. Mousy, snake, owl, and kitty. Same ones from out there.
Bet that's a clue.
Click.
They have an 8 intelligence. I know nothing.
Thea has 13. So she's above average, but not writing any papers or anything.
Okay. Those buttons on the wall, by the way, are located, or those depictions on the wall, rather, are down at this end, on the opposite end of the
Rim.
Buttons, guys, we totally have to push them in the order that we saw the animals appear.
Oh, you're so smart. Shoot, I don't remember what was first. Wait. No, the owl was first because I fed it some of that fairy meat.
Then it was a cat.
Owl, snake, cat, rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Snake after.
Yeah, pretty sure that's the order.
I believe you guys.
So Thea, you should totally push those buttons when you're done looking at that desk over there.
Thea, you take a look at that desk. It's really a masterwork of construction. It's made with onyx wood and great amounts of carving. It seemingly is untouched by the catastrophe that the rest of the tower, as well as most of this room, actually. The drawers, there are several different drawers, both on top and on the sides. And when you go to open them, They open easily, but all the drawers appear to be empty.
Is there any writing utensils, like a quill or?
Yeah, on top of the desk, you find there are indeed a bunch of scrolls. There is also a quill and ink up on there. They all appear. What was your investigation? 19. They all appear to be fairly new. These are not certainly 1,000-year-old scrolls that you would expect to crumble to dust, even though they are high quality vellum. The ink is still viable. The quill still has, its feather, and the vellum is still supple enough for use. Again, you can still hear, the soft sound of sweeping, even in this room, and you do catch a little hand duster kind of working its way around the edge of part of the room.
All right. So I'd say about that time is when everybody else vamps in.
Okay.
So, Silver, you think I should push those buttons?
Well, that's what my metagaming investigation nat 20 was checking before. Because originally they were described as depictions, and I don't know if Mickey had a slip and said buttons.
Mickey did have a slip and said buttons, but your 29 crit investigation, looking at those pictograms on the wall, you were able to make out that there was a crack around each of the blocks that they were seemingly kind of set into. And it almost looks like if they were made out of clay and somebody was able to push their finger in there and draw them into the stone. And they certainly look like the entire thing, to your eye, could be pushed in each of those.
I go duck behind the side of that bookcase over there and wait for Thea to push the buttons.
Okay. I'll push them.
Oops. Hang on. I'm doing the wrong thing. Thea, well, you got to move over here because that's where they are.
I know, it was just Verlaine was in the way.
Verlaine is coming over and actually going to give you some assistance.
Okay. So, we believe it was owl, snake, cat, rat.
I think so.
Sounds about right. Owl would eat a snake, and a cat would eat a rat. So, predator, prey, I guess. I don't know.
That's exactly the reasoning behind the random order that the animals appeared in.
Alright. So, I will push the
Well,
owl.
I mean, I guess it's reverse food chain.
Okay. So, when you push the owl, the whole stone kind of shifts in with a click. And as it does so, the outline of the owl lights up. And as you see that, on the door to the right, over here, you see one side of the door, the light kind of travels up and illuminates the one side of the door. The other door over here that was glowing when you first walked in has stopped glowing.
Right.
Maybe we should have tested both doors first. Oh, and you're doing a great job.
I will now push snake.
Okay. You push in the snake. And again, a light starts tracing along the edge of the snake as you hear that click. And it stays in. Now both the owl and the snake are lit. Now the top of the door has lit up.
Now I will push in the cat.
Okay. The cat lights up. And once again, with a click, that light, all three are now lit, and three sides of the door are lit.
And then I'll push in the rat.
Did you actually pay attention in the beginning of this when we started doing this? I'm actually I'm absolutely shocked.
I remember the owl was first, and then I remember that the snake was after whatever. And yeah, because I remember it first because I fed the owl, and then it turned into a snake, and I thought about feeding the snake.
Okay.
And I forgot which one the last ones were, but David remembered. So
great. Well, as you push that, all four stay lit, and they all start to glow at a little bit brighter. The bottom of the door lights up, and now it kind of has that familiar full illumination around it that you become used to and accustomed to. The other one still remains dark. Filbert and Kaz, give me perception checks.
17.
T3.
Filbert, you are a piece of work. You hear a click coming from behind you. With your 23, you think it's coming from around the desk, actually.
Desk here.
the big desk.
The big desk.
Oh, the big desk. And I will do that exaggerated comedic laying on the floor to like stealthily get to the other side of the room and check out the desk.
Tiptoeing. Tick, 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 tick. It looks the same. The drawers.
Like the duck and rolls.
Yeah. Serpentine.
You tripped.
So the desk on top looks the same. There's still the drawers. I'm assuming you open the drawers. There are 6 drawers.
Open the third one.
You can open the third one.
Whichever one that is.
Okay. You open that drawer. And I don't know what Thea was talking about. Inside, you find a kind of a wooden box with its lids open already. And as you see in it, it's a kind of looks almost to be like an ebony or some kind of dark black wood. And it is filled with charcoal, incense, and herbs of the kind that's used in some kind of, usually in rites of some kind. You know that this is probably worth, these things are expensive from your worldly travels.
I use incense and stuff
Yeah, I think I know what it's for, but Filbert wouldn't know what it's for, so magic people, if you need stuff here. Must have overlooked this before.
There.
So deadpan.
And I'll check the other dwells as well.
Thea, you take a look at it, and having purchased this, for your other stuff, this is easily 100 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs. It can be used as components. What other drawer? What's the next drawer you're checking? That was 3.
Let's do 6.
The last one. Okay. You find inside another small box. This one is kind of almost a white wood. And inside that, it's open. You see chalks of various different colors with runes inscribed on them, and vials of various different inks.
Yeah, that goes right in my back.
Your keen eye on that type of things knows that these are also kind of used in arcane rites and whatnot, and easily could fetch 300 gold.
Nice. We'll put that on my sheet because I'm definitely getting that.
Having been very well versed in the different uses of inks as a cartographer, you also know that various inks can be used for the scrolling of spells, magical scrolls, and you think that these might be usable for that purpose as well. And since we're playing 5e, you don't even need a feat to know that. All right, that's my last bash. That's my last bash on first edition Pathfinder. That's my last one. Because I don't have the feat to bash it anymore. All right. You open another one because now you get the bug. A large ruby. I mean large, Filbert. This is bigger than your hand. Closes a fist. Easily worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, he's got to try it.
So you're pretty good at that, except Thea totally sees you palm that thing and try to put it into your pocket.
And I'm totally like, she would be the one I would look at as I'm doing it and be like, I'll just hold on to this for later.
Yeah, I mean, we might need it for something.
You said large ruby, correct?
I did.
Large.
Oh, bloody hell.
Keyboard.
Why do I ever assume that Roll 20 is going to give me what I need? You open up the next drawer, and you find in it a kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? It's a kind of like a smoky jade carving, about the size of your palm, maybe a little bit. Since you're a halfling, it's probably a little bit bigger. It probably sits about 6 inches high. It's carved in the shape of an owl.
Snap. Okay.
There is a note tied around the ankles, or the claws, I guess you would say, of and on it is a single word, but it is written in Netherese.
You go over.
In the final, in the second to last, you find 300, and it's kind of in a roll of hundreds. You find 3 long stacks, kind of held together with this kind of sticky material. They almost look like platinum bars until you look and you see that each of them contain 100 individual platinum pieces, and there are 3 bars of that.
That's already loot.
Oh man. Okay.
It would be rather heavy for you to carry 300 platinum pieces without a bag of holding.
I'm gonna take all 3 of them. I was gonna be like, there's 2 big stacks of platinum coins over there.
Well, you certainly can try.
I can put it in my bag.
Go ahead and roll deception.
Because actually, if the group happens to forget about the large ruby that I have, then I'm square for why I'm up here and I need to go back home afterwards. So, I'm just gonna forget that. Or remind or mention it to the group in the rest of our travels here.
It's pretty easy to make us forget. Look how much went 0 right off it.
Oh, the magical stuff. But when Zero might come back, maybe. You don't know.
Yeah. Doesn't mean we'll get the stuff.
Just could have used it for firewood.
All right, I'll put, John, can you write that down? I'll put that in my bag of holding, because you got all those, like, swords and shit.
I already put it in there.
Okay.
It is in the party room already.
Okay. Is that it?
In the final drawer, you see a not a spell scroll, a scroll case of bright yellow leather with gilded caps, and worked in gold into the yellow leather. You see an 8-sided figure, an octagon, where one piece of it is like a pie, is filled in.
One piece of it is filled in already.
Like, there's a gold outline, and then one kind of like wedge from the octagon into the center point is also filled in with gold. And inside that filled in spot left unfilled is you see the symbol of the conjuration that's on the tower.
Yep.
I'd say this is important. Maybe we're supposed to write some kind of like conjuration spell on all that fancy paper and then put it in the scroll case. Maybe we're supposed to put the animal symbols on a piece of paper and put it in the scroll case. But then will we get a bunch of magic animals? Ooh. I want a pet owl. It's not fair that wizards get them and I don't.
Statue away from Verlaine, then.
Well, I certainly could take a look at that if you'd like me to.
Of course. Also, can you look at that? Yeah, the statue. What does that word say? Silver handed it to you earlier, but I think you were busy.
Oh, I was taken in, digesting that marvelous meal. She pulls out the professor orb and has a look at it, and he's like, "Oh yes, this is marvelous. This is high netherese. Interesting. It says kebab. I didn't know that they had kebabs."
Every civilization has kebabs and fried dough and beer.
If you would like, I could take a look at that, see if I could determine its nature. It is magical. I can see it glowing quite clearly, still have my detect magic spell up and running.
Yeah.
Is that a yes, Master Halfling?
Is there a question? I thought she was looking at the
Well, I would need to examine it. And
owl.
yes, okay, very well.
You like a minute and a half ago.
You did. All right.
Already.
Well, maybe my mind is slipping.
A little bit.
So she determines that this is indeed a figurine of wondrous power. If you say the command word with the intent of activating it, it will transform itself into some kind of owl, I presume, that you can communicate with for a period of time. It will remain as an owl. It could even be a giant owl.
Like Kaz had it.
It's too bad that Windseer's not here.
All the animals.
Well, no. You would immediately recognize what this is based on your hero worship.
Sure.
Of Drizzt.
Alert.
That sometimes they can be panthers. So I've put the description into that handout now.
Its name is Kebab. Yeah, you should totally take that, Kaz.
Okay.
I mean, unless it messes up Filbert's entire, game. way back callback there.
We under the consensus that we're going to try to write some sort of conjuration magic on this scroll and leave it on the deck.
No, it needs to go in the tube. It's got to go in the tube.
Well, is there anything in the tube, Master Halfling?
Yeah, I open it.
Inside, you find kind of it looks to be like some kind of leather that's been dried out and prepared, very thin leather. It was rolled up as a scroll and stuffed in. And as you kind of open it up, it's kind of dried a little bit and it cracks a little as you kind of stretch it out. And this kind of dark maroon, almost black ink on there. The writing says, "Nice try. Come and we find the real Octid."
You broke up. Nice try. Come and find the real what?
Octid.
So is this a what is it on let's make a deal, a zoink or a zonk?
What's an oct?
Valine, can you see if is this scroll case or this piece of leather glowing in any way?
No, neither of those are actually magical.
Yeah, I don't think this is really anything then.
But it's got the symbol for conjuration on it.
I think that's just a coincidence. Not magical. How could that symbol have appeared? And you have a 12.5% chance of being right with that symbol being on there.
Filbert, even with your passive investigation, you can see that this writing on there is not done with any kind of precision or whatnot. It's very scrawled and, almost ham-fisted written on there.
Yeah, this is crap.
Dang it. I thought we had it. Well. Hey, Kaz. Why don't you, call your new buddy? See if, I don't know, he has any ideas. Sure he'd like to get out of the other plane of existence he lives in.
Why would we need a giant owl right now?
Yeah, but aren't they smart? Can't they tell you stuff?
But why would we need it right?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I'm pretty sure the direction we need to go is through this door that's lit up.
Okay.
So is that door lit up? Through.
Hopefully it just doesn't just send us back where we came from.
A good point.
And Tim took a power nap through all of that. She overfed herself.
Alright, well, Blaine, I still think that there's something with this desk. I don't know. Suspicious.
Well, until we struck those proper symbols upon the wall, there was no glow of magic about it. But now there clearly is. Those drawers are very much so. similar to the bag of holding that I read.
Hmm.
I'm
Do
gonna
you think
take that.
something has to? Do you think something has to happen with all the things that we found inside the desk?
I think that
Like we used all these things in some way.
I think that the desk was unlocked when we pressed the correct sequence on the wall.
What if we put all this stuff into that magic chest outside in the other room?
And did what?
I don't know. I'm just pitching ideas.
Well, I don't think anything would happen. It is for bringing things into being, not destroying them. That certainly is not what the conjuration box would do. And it certainly wouldn't be able to generate anything of value such as these. Only mundane objects can be crafted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking some of these scroll papers and the scroll case, and I'm putting them in the scroll case, and I'm gonna put it in my pack.
Okay. You find
And
17.
is the ink like puffed up?
No, it's in a kind of unstoppered ink, ornate ink jar with a built-in kind of holder for the quill.
Boo.
But you find there are 17 usable vellums, high-quality vellum scrolls.
All right, I'm gonna put them in the scroll case.
Okay. It's a tight fit, but
Go
you wrap them really tightly.
My backpack.
I was gonna hand it to you. I was gonna say.
Well, how about this? I'll hand you the scroll case as you're gathering up the vellum, because the scroll case is already on my inventory sheet.
Okay. Well, I guess there's nothing left to do but go through the door that's glowing, huh?
What if we go through the door that's not glowing?
Well, you can try.
I try. The door that's not glowing seem to have a handle or a lock or anything, Mickey?
It appears to be very similar to the illuminated door, just without the illumination. They just almost appear to be mirror images of each other.
Does the door open?
It does not.
All right, let's go the other way then.
All right, well, I'll head the way, I suppose.
This one, when you open, Kaz, and you enter into it, you get the flashlight. The door remains open and the light remains on, similar to your entryway into the original tower room. It doesn't wink out with each person.
Well, I'm going to go through.
Do you all go through?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm after Kaz.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's go over to the next map. I'm going to snap it real quick.
Okay.
This John. So loud.
He might be in there for a while.
We're all dead.
I'll wait till he gets back. I will say that while you're doing that, what Verlaine was distracted about, she was looking at the bookshelves and pulling down tomes off the book. And Professor Scant was in a tizzy, having her kind of flip through so it could read and memorize some of the books. Wait, we're leaving already? But the wealth of knowledge here. We must come back to this room then. I must be able to look at these tomes. The knowledge. Perhaps on their way back through.
A book for you.
Just grab all the books and put them in the bag holding.
How many books are we talking about here?
There's a lot of books on those two bookshelves. They are packed.
3 bags of holdings later.
Later.
Well, there are 31 tomes on these shelves that I could be studying. Look, that one there says it's a treatise on the various conjurations, the use of conjurations in household items. Something about. Oh, look at that one. Oh, and this. How can we leave these?
I'll grab a few. Well, I'm sure he gets bored.
Oh, good cleric, that one there, the one that says chimeric pets, please. It sounds so fascinating.
There you go.
Since we're still waiting for John, Verlaine hears in her head, "Hey, Verlaine, I hope you're still alive. If you're not, oops. How have you been? How's it going? Come out soon. It's a little lonely out here."
We are alive, Goblin Girl, and in a tower of sorcery. Fact, it is all very exciting. We will not dawdle. See you soon.
Does Blaine tell us that when Zara spoke to her?
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. I was not speaking to myself. Yes, the little goblin girl just contacted me. She said that she's bored.
You hear that, Silver? Your buddy's just fine.
That's good.
Ooh, John's having a bad one.
Yep. Made quesadillas for dinner.
Sounds yummy. I had chicken.
Nice. Well, John had made fajitas on Saturday or Sunday. We still had some meat left over, so I went ahead and made quesadillas with it tonight. I'll make you walk off, so I'm gonna go pee real quick.
I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry.
That pause in the G code works to pause it, but there's no way to restart it afterwards, apparently.
Oh, that sucks.
It's just going to take a little fiddling. All right. So,
Can you delay it?
I don't know. I think the only way to really do it is to manually watch it when it gets to be the exact spot to then just switch it over.
Yeah, you get the pause on the machine itself. That's how I normally do it.
Yeah, I mean, that means you got to sit there and watch it. Anyway. All right, so y'all step through the now familiar sensation of blinding white light. But this time when you come Oh, there, you're glowing again. Hang on. Really got to fix that. You shouldn't be. There you go. You see kind of a totally different kind of sensation. You're kind of looking around you, all beyond just what's in front of you. All just seems to be nebulous blackness. Occasional bits of gray seem to be kind of floating in this pitch black nothingness, almost like a void, with kind of almost like drifting, blowing motes of gray shifting through it all around you, both above and unnervingly, only a few feet behind you, below as well, as you appear to be on some kind of island in the midst of this. In front of you, you see this kind of rustic hut looking type of structure. Directly in front of you is a wooden door with iron bands and small iron spikes sticking out of the front. You see stumps of trees that kind of look like they've never actually grown. They look so old, hollowed out off to either side. But there is a bit of light to be seen. So you're able to make out the area around you. Oh, hang on. Why? Something is not working right. You guys can't see anything, can you?
Well, I can see the map.
Why can't I? Oh, bloody hell.
To the bottom. Yeah, I had to move to the bottom of the
Yes, Filbert.
window. Yeah. I guess you can say.
Yep.
The window.
Okay. As you guys kind of there, you kind of hear this kind of ethereal kind of gong ring out.
I guess we should head to that door. I don't know. Kind of looks like if I had to imagine when Zero lived.
Such a nice home. It actually has a door.
Should we knock or I don't know. Check and see
Sure.
if it's locked.
Knock on the door.
Okay. Being careful not to skewer your hand on any of the spikes sticking out of the door. You rap. You wait a second, then you kind of hear, you can hear through the door kind of a muffled,
Oh, Auntie Pinch! We have visitors, it appears.
You're right, Pinch. It does appear we do. Answer the door, be a good girl.
and with that, the door opens. You see inside a kind of rag shack interior. Very grimy, ill-kept, if you will. Very rustic. Before it, you can make out a large table with various implements on it of maybe some kind of food prep, or you hope it's food. And as you do, you see walking around the corner to look at you, two withered old women.
That's a woman.
You say that out loud?
No. I think it's not rude.
Wow, I wasn't expecting there to actually be anybody here.
Yeah, I'm glad that we knocked.
It was very polite of you.
Oh, we don't get many visitors here, that is for certain.
No, we do not indeed. Hello. Who might...
You be.
And there, you get this really strange sense that it's just one sentence kind of being spoken, but it keeps coming out of parts of it out of each of their mouths.
Did you get our note? Is that why you've come?
to visit us?
It was a pretty funny joke.
Yeah, you totally tricked us. It was great.
Yeah.
Well, we started out so polite.
And now our invitation is being called a joke. So much.
For politeness. So,
But you said ha-ha.
An expression of mirth, young woman.
What's an option?
roll an insight.
Did you say roll an insight?
I sure did. Did I say it as a hang-up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn it.
Like, okay, lady.
That would be very meta. maybe in the next campaign, I'll do a whole meta thing about that. Yeah, you can't help but notice as soon as you say Octid that a look passes between the two of them.
Octid?
Whoever heard of an octid?
Do you know what an octid is? Bitch.
No, Anticon, I don't.
It is a mystery, Anti-Village.
Well, didn't you leave this scroll saying?
Well, please, do come in if we're going to be discussing scrolls and octids and whatnot. It's the least we can do.
Alright. I would like. Can I also roll an insight to see if they're gonna eat me?
That would require telepathy or some kind of mind reading. You certainly can roll an insight to see if they seem instantly hostile. Yeah.
I can't understand you, Mick. You got the filter on.
Sorry. Yes, you can roll an insight to see if they are instantly hostile. But it would take telepathy to know their actual intent. But yes, roll an insight and I'll tell you what you get from it.
Okay.
All right. You get more of a sense of malicious enjoyment. You are brought to mind of the way you've seen cats in the seminary when you were growing up playing with mice that they caught.
Okay.
Or maybe lizards, depending, being in Florida.
Hold on. I'm gonna say. Oh, before we come in, hold on. It's a tradition where I'm from. I need to get you a gift. It's in my friend's pack. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna go turn to Filbert and very whisperly be like, "These are devious beyond it." And then hand me something, Filbert. Just anything.
Reach in my pocket and I pull out my middle finger.
Are you serious?
Oh, sorry. And then I reach in a different coin purse and I give her a copper piece.
Okay, thank you. Alright. I'm gonna go in and be like, here you go! Sorry, it's tradition where I come from. You can't enter a home without a gift. Here's a copper piece.
Well, I have heard say that it's the thought that counts.
Not much of a thought there, Anti-Pinch.
No, Anti-Village, it was not much of a thought.
Well,
Do come in. Come in. We're just putting the kettle on, perhaps. There's more we could discuss since you come.
Looking for something, clearly.
You guys, sure you want to go in there?
we're already in the
I just got a untie my shoe. I'm gonna give them like a minute and see whether or not I want to go in there after them.
I mean, they might forget about you.
As you guys are in there, you see a door back behind. There's a fireplace now. You can clearly see there's a half-slain and entrails pulled out carcass of a dead animal off there. You can see just around the corner. There does appear to be a door going someplace up here, and there's an open door. And in that, another similar-looking woman appears.
Sisters, you did not tell me we had company. Very, very naughty of you.
Well, Auntie Plunder, we didn't want
To interrupt your work.
And this third one comes in. She's a little bit larger. All three of them are almost emaciatedly thin. But this one appears to be broader of shoulders, even though she's almost spindly as it comes down. But she seems to be a little bit taller and a little bit wider across the chest. Not quite as hunked over as the other two.
Has my sister's been having fun with you? They are rather whimsical, silly girls, don't you think?
They were talking to us. I don't know if that was silly.
It's kind of hard to understand. It's like when you talk through it, the volume drops by like half
Okay,
for some.
well, clearly you got our note, didn't you? That's why you're here. You're looking for the acted.
Oh, Auntie Plunder, you spoil all our fun.
It's not very nice of you, Auntie Plunder. Silence, girls. It is time to do business.
Yes, we found your note. What exactly is the octa? Is that these rites that we have to do?
Well, and this is Verlaine. Verlaine pipes up. The octids are part of the ritual, the 8 pieces of the ritual that we must find, remember? They clearly have the conjuration component.
That's what I was saying. Part of this the ritual thing we gotta do. All right.
It's something that we found on our excursions to the nether. We find that extra thing containers hold all sorts of interesting trinkets. On our wanderings through the dark, we stumble upon certain things and procure them, if you will. Sometimes we leave notes for their owners. If they want them back, they can come join us here.
We don't ask much in return.
Stole it.
What?
No, we kept it safe.
It can be yours for a small fee.
What fee would that be?
Oh, nothing that you'll miss truly.
We trade.
All right. Nothing that you will miss, truly. We trade in memory. Give us one of your memories, each, and we shall return your scroll to you.
But I like my memories.
It is a small thing. You won't even know it's gone.
But which ones do you choose?
Naturally.
What if it's a really important memory? Like how to breathe.
We can give you assurances that no deceitful nonsense like that. We do not wish your death. We could have that in a moment. Yes, anti-pillage, we certainly could.
I don't know. Have you met the big man? He's pretty powerful.
We will not take anything of great import. You will not forget to wield your axe, large man. You will not forget how to cast a spell or perform your daily task. You will not forget your god, Miss Clark. These are long, deep-rooted memories. No, we will take a moment or two for us to savor through the eons in the dark here.
Surely you will not begrudge old lady some comfort in the void.
Oh no. This seems like a deal with the underworld.
You don't think that you solved that little puzzle so easily, do you?
Oh, anti-pillage, I think they do! Now, girls, these are business deals we're doing. Don't toy much.
No, we rigged it so that you would find us. Without our help, you might be in a bit of a jam.
A jam indeed, Anti-Panda.
So do business with us, and we'll send you right back to where you came from.
No.
And I guess we could leave. Nothing's keeping us here, right?
They have the artifact.
I mean, they say they do. Doesn't mean they actually have it.
You're more than welcome.
Take a leap into the void. Perhaps you'll even wind up somewhere.
Man, I'm here because you guys are here, so whatever you guys decide.
Don't like it.
Cutting off to Filbert. Filbert, you kind of make a case around the outside of the shack, hut, if you will. And you make a full sweep around. You can see that the kind of ground that it's on really only extends 20, 30 feet tops in any one spot. Further out, and then it appears just to end right into this kind of void that it's floating in. There are some withered trees, some old stumps. It almost looks like it could be, have been plucked right out of a forest and put right here. But then everything was left to die and to rot. Due to the lack of any kind of sun or any kind of nourishment for any of the plant life. But there doesn't appear to be anything of any kind of significance or anything other than, the organic nature of this hut.
Well, when I get back around, I'll just myself up next to the door there and try to listen to see if I know what these clowns are doing.
Okay. Are you making yourself aware at the door? Or are you just kind of listening in from the side in your 23 stealth?
Oh, no, I would I went around the perimeter, so I guess if I went counterclockwise, I would have ended up over here.
Mm-hmm.
I would have stealthed up next to the side of the door before I got there and then listened in.
Okay. So you heard the tail end of that. You made a pretty good, sweep around. You heard the back end of their proposition.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna stay there until I hear what the group is deciding on doing.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable with this.
Well, maybe we need to discuss this, since we all have to agree. If you don't mind, maybe we should go discuss this with each other.
Certainly.
By all means. You have free walk of the grounds.
So, walk out here. And, what the heck, guys?
Well, I don't know that we have much of a choice. There's no doorway back.
Do they eat the memories? I'm confused. Why do they want those?
I think so.
Doesn't sound very tasty.
With my background of a father being a famous adventurer, can I roll a history check to see if I can if he maybe told me any stories of beings like this or anything?
Sure.
$22.
You've heard various stories about, three witches and covens and, demonic-y kind of hags before. That they do make deals that sometimes are treacherous, but they're always honored. You guys have, in fact, had dealings with a hag before. So you would recognize, though not the same exact, this type of deal making that you have already experienced. But you do know that once they strike a bargain, that the bargain is always honored.
Yeah, I believe. I don't think we're gonna find a way out of here without it, and I'm pretty sure that they're not gonna trick us out of it.
What you're saying we have to do is be very specific.
Well, I mean, I guess. Like, I mean, are you talking about coming back with a counter offer or something?
Well, if they have to honor the bargain, and then, they're witchy types, we just have to be specific about what memories are okay to take. Or maybe try to convince them to take, I don't know, bad one. Let's build it.
He taps you on the shoulder.
What are you guys doing?
We just want to eat our memories.
In exchange for what?
The artifact we need.
For one of the 8 rites of the thing we need to do.
Shouldn't we also get out of here too? Like a way out?
Well, they mentioned that they'll get us out as well. They'll send us out of here as well. They also mentioned that.
Yeah, they did. Well, I guess we have no choice. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, we didn't actually try to bargain for just a way out. There might be a way that... But I don't see what the point would be without the Octid.
Yeah, but if they truthfully...
If these are indeed hags, then certainly all kinds of bargains can be made. But they seem to be rather firm on what they want in exchange for the Octid piece we need. I do suspect that we are in the ethereal plane, however. The same place where all of our items in the bag of holding are kept. Small pockets.
There's certainly no way.
What was that?
I said wherever we are is not natural.
Well, it's just as natural as the material plane, just another of the planes. There are many.
That's definitely not natural to me.
Point taken, Master Goliath.
So I suppose we should make the bargain then?
Elaine, can you make sure to help set the terms? I don't know. How these magic
Give up
bargains.
Henry and they give us the Octid thing we need and we can get us out of here. I don't think there's really much else to out of it. I don't know if they're going to budge on that.
Alright.
Well, I'm willing to part with any memories that they choose to take as long as they don't interfere with my abilities.
I just don't want them to mess with any of my abilities or my memories of my family. Those are precious to me.
As you guys re-enter into the hut, you can see all three of them have been kind of looking into this kind of cauldron-like bowl on the table. And as you enter in, they kind of turn up and they look at you. They all have this similar, it's not the same grin, but you can kind of get the same gist out of all this smug look on their faces as you guys enter back in.
Oh, there he goes. Moving again.
I'm not sure about any eaves falling, young lady.
Well, we certainly heard every word you said.
If that was your meaning. As I said earlier, there will be no stealing of memories.
That aren't freely given.
Your abilities will not be affected, nor your training forgotten.
You will not forget how to do things like walk or breathe, Miss Cleric.
But a memory that is not precious is of no value. And you will not gain all of your memories of a person.
But maybe a single day.
A single time. An afternoon, perhaps.
You won't miss it.
You won't even know it's gone.
Fine.
How long
Take
is
your.
How long? That seems like a lot if it's a day versus an afternoon. That's a big time difference. Isn't a memory like a moment? So isn't that like 1 second or something like that?
Actually, I think 6.5 seconds or something.
Very well. We'll put boundaries.
Yes, boundaries. Anti-village.
But if we are to treat in good conscience as you would like,
Shouldn't all of you join us?
yes, come! A little one outside skulking about. Yes, do join us. We started off so polite, didn't we, Auntie Village? Oh, we most certainly did, Auntie Pinch.
Yes, come. Come. Join.
Silver, they know you're there.
Hello. Hear and see everybody.
Take your payment, which is
Who shall go first?
I will.
Very well. Come. Step forward. Put your hand in the bowl.
Where?
In the bowl.
No, Maggie.
In the bowl.
What
In the
bowl?
bowl.
A bowl?
The
Oh.
bowl on the
Want to
table.
go walk on top of the wind?
Whatever. Hey, you don't have to move your character. I mean, we're just theater of the mind here right now.
What bowl?
So, as you put your hand in the bowl, each of the three hags puts their hands on the side, on the outside of the bowl, and they begin to kind of mutter underneath their breaths, and their kind of heads start to kind of rock back and forth. You feel kind of an interior, like a pull on you. But it's very quick and it's very brief, and it's done.
Delicious. Such a sunny afternoon.
And that old man teaching sermons.
Oh, we will enjoy his talks to us into the afternoon sunlight.
And you don't realize it, but you've forgotten a day, an afternoon of instruction spent outside with your mentor, the father, and a day that you fell asleep, and he let you sleep in the afternoon instead of waking you for your things, and you woke up and realizing that he had done it to you, and it was a very fond memory you had of him, of his kindness. But it is now gone. Verlaine steps up next. Go ahead, hags. Take what you will. I won't miss it, as long as our goals are achieved. And the similar ritual goes forth. And they lean back. Ooh, such animosity for your fellows. We will enjoy reliving you taking your petty revenges during your days of study. Deliciously evil revenges. She kind of skulks off. They look over to you, Tam Tam.
Okay. I'll go over.
You put your hand in the bowl. Their heads start to rotate and whatnot.
Such a strange beginning you had. Oh, goodness.
So many in your clutch.
But you were very different.
We shall enjoy their teasing of you, young lady.
Very delicious teasings indeed. But when you fought back that first time, oh, delicious.
And Tam Tam, you, a memory that you had that you were kind of proud of that first time that you stood up to your clutch, who just wanted to do nothing but burrow and grovel, and you wanted more. And it kind of sparked you on your way. But you no longer remember exactly what it was that made you want to kind of break away from the rest of your kobold brethren. And it was a day that you fought back against their teasings, and you realized that you didn't have to be. Following the mold or the path that the rest of your tribe was following.
I guess I'll walk up next.
Kaz, when you put your hand in the bowl, some of the shit that's in there spills over, and this kind of icky, kind of green sludge sloshes over the side, and they kind of give you a nasty look.
So nothing of the family, then? That was what your stipulation was?
Yes.
Oh, very well. I'm sure we'll find something.
And they kind of are kind of going about it a little bit longer. And you start to feel that pull. And Kaz, you're just not into this, man. And you kind of fight it a little bit. And that.
We didn't hear any of that, Mickey.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. I'm not sure why we're cumulatively dropping. I'm sorry.
It's your box filter. Every time you use it.
Okay. I'll stop. I'll stop using it. So they take a little bit longer this time, and you feel kind of this resistance, this pull rather, out of your being, and you kind of fight against it a little bit. You're apprehensive, and your head starts to hurt a little bit. But they finally then start to lean back. Ah, yes. Yes, you felt very strong that day. Yes. Oh, yes, that first kill. That orc never saw your blade come down on its skull. Oh, you felt so powerful. So vindicated for your training. Oh, such satisfaction. We shall enjoy that feel. But you don't anymore. And they take that memory of your first kill in battle from you. Last, and maybe not the least, but near to, come forward, halfling.
Bring the bowl over here.
They just look at you. Dead-eyed stare.
Mom, my doctor told me to get less than 12,000 steps a day. I'm already at like 11,900 something. So much more of the day left.
We could end that day for you if you prefer. Now, anti-pillage, be kind. The other two just start laughing at her. The notion. God, the sooner you end up on your part of the bargain, the sooner we should honor ours.
Is this their food over here? I'm gonna go stand on top of their food.
Okay.
And put my hand in the bowl.
So Filbert has to hop up on the table. Makes no pretense whatsoever about the fact that he's knocking off their, the components or whatever it is that they were bruised and whatnot on the floor. And he puts his hand in the bowl, and they grin at each other, kind of really toothily, these green, withered teeth and pointed sharp, and put their hands on the outside of the bowl and begin to row back. Oh, what a kindly old woman she was. Your grandmother, was it? Teaching you to cook, to season food. Oh, you loved her so, didn't you? Oh, look at the cute little man, the little halfling, learning to cook at his grandmother's apron strings. Ha ha! We shall enjoy those tips and secrets now. Thank you.
Oh no!
Well, a bargain has been struck, and a bargain has been kept. And the one hag goes to a door here on the side, and opens it. She goes inside, and you can hear her rummaging around in there. And the larger one comes back out, and she presents Thea, you, since you were the one speaking the most, with a very, very high quality vellum scroll. A bargain kept is a bargain. Don't worry. We shall also provide you access back to whence you came.
Well, Thanks. I hope you have a nice day.
No reason to be nasty, little girl. We don't like nice days here. No, we like them nasty and mean. Don't let us keep you. Yes, that door's nasty. You wouldn't want it to hit you on the way out.
So is that how we get out? Is through the door?
You guys walk out to the door and you see now that there's a glowing doorway. Very similar to what you guys walked through, except without the actual door. It's just that glow now is present back right where you came.
Silver? Hey, Silver? Before we go through, why don't you put this scroll in your in the scroll case?
You have the scroll case.
No, you took it.
Well, he gave it to
No,
you.
I gave it to you.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
he did.
That's right.
You wanted to put the papers in it.
That's right. Well, I will put this one in. If it doesn't fit, then I'll take one out and put that one. The special one in it.
I mean, shouldn't you look at it to make sure there's something written on it that we could use?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to check it out before we leave.
I did say I
You
looked
never
at
did a
it.
drug deal before?
I did say I looked at it.
Make sure
But
it's
then
legit.
you was, huh? I don't know.
We'll have
Give
to
you a
make
bag
it.
of
Silver, how are you gonna make us go now?
Sorry, yeah, you guys all froze up for me that time. That's the first time that's ever happened. Yeah, so you pull out the scroll, and you can see in a very elegant hand, written on it in gold letters, the following. Second, summon a flame in the palm of your hand.
Okay. Seen it. Well, I'm gonna scroll it up and put it in the scroll case.
Okay? So, and you guys see in front of you now this kind of glowing door-shaped portal.
Here.
Go.
Alright, I'm gonna go through it.
Here.
Okay. As you guys are stepping through, you hear one of the hags, all like three of them, like in unison, kind of like say to you, "Take care, dearies. Oh, but the cheat, though, that's been taken away." And as you guys step through the door, you guys materialize back into the room where you guys were before. And you see now inside that glowing circle, there's actually a pit that's opened up. And as you guys come back in, there's a loud dong, 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 and going off very loudly. And coming up out of the pit, you see these 4 hands of force start reaching up out of the pit.
Wonderful.
Fetch.
Hang on. Why can't I show you them? There you go. And with that, I need y'all to roll initiative.
Yeah, got that big 10.
Did you click your token before? Yeah, there it is.
Sure did.
You did. It just took a second to show up.
We're rolling real well.
That's actually pretty high for Thea on initiative. Wow.
Whoa. Guess we were all caught off guard.
We were.
I'm
And
still trying to work out what they said.
Something changed.
Something's been taken away. I'm guessing they meant this.
Scroll that you just took.
They said their cheat has been taken away.
Oh.
All right, hang on. Thea, you actually respond first. You see these hands of force coming up and start coming up out of this pit that was once the floor. Inside now, the runes all around, which are glowing very, very brightly, and these hands kind of come up and they're moving. I mean, you've all seen Critical Role. You know what I'm talking about here.
Okay. Well, do what they told me to, I guess, and cast a fireball in the pit.
Okay.
All right, give me a second. Have to switch screens.
What's your DC? 16. Says it right there in front of me, dumbass. All right, one fails. Why isn't this rolling an advantage like I'm trying? It's supposed to. Yeah. All right. So 2 fail, 2 succeed. As the fireball explodes off in the middle of the pit. What's the radius on that?
Hold on. Because it looks like you double rolled for the last guy. So wouldn't that first roll that you rolled be his failure?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, you're absolutely right. So ignore that last one. So three fail, 1 succeeds. Thanks. Sorry about that. My whole system froze up, and then all of a sudden, all that shit flew up. What's the diameter of a fireball?
40 feet.
Oh, it's 20 feet.
Oh, it's 20 foot radius,
40
40 foot diameter.
Yep.
Yeah. But I cast it into the pit, so it would go.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that you know better than to cast it on. You guys will get hit. I mean,
ourselves.
yeah, I'm not that big of a dick. All right, so a lot of them take 28 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Well, that's not was user error. Okay. Minus 28. Minus 28. Minus 28. Minus 14. Second time's a charm, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay. Cool. So
Like shoots up a little bit out of the top.
like Han Solo walking in and seeing Darth Vader. Thea materializes and sees these hands coming off and immediately whips off the fastest fireball she's ever whipped off in her life, unerringly, hitting just the right spot so that the flames come right up to literally her nose She feels the heat of the Thander's power wash over her as it explodes. You don't see them burn or anything, but you can kind of like see them quiver and whatnot as the force kind of ripples with the heat of the explosion. All right. Not bad.
I said to make fire with my hand, so I did.
That's what it said. So they come floating up at you now. Oh, get that out of there. That doesn't belong there.
It's like, whoa, look, it's an enemy.
They surround you pretty good. But they're each going to try to attack one of you guys. So, the first goes after Filbert. What's the intelligence? They have no intelligence at all. I need you, Filbert, Thea, Tam Tam, and Kaz to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay. There we go.
Two of you crit. The other one just happens to make it. But, Filbert, you are grappled. And it moves back away from you, pulls you away with it, grappled. The others also back away after not trying to hit. So you can get opportunity attacks. The three of you can get opportunity attacks if you'd like to take them.
Yes, and I think I can opportunity attack with my spells now. Fire.
I mean, that would be 18 feats in Pathfinder First Edition.
You know what?
Actually, no, I don't think there was any feats. There wasn't any way to use your spell as a.
I'm sure it wouldn't matter because that you'd have to roll a 37.
There was a couple of like prestige classes that
You would just have, but you would still have to roll a 37 in order to actually, hit it. So that's the thing. On a side note, I got to tell you this. I'm doing the character creation, and I'm like, I'm going to take quickened meta magic, right? So I can cast my spells as a fast action. Yeah, not knowing, because it doesn't tell you at the time, that adds 4 levels rather to the spell. So to class a first level spell quickened, you have to use a 5th level fucking spot. Why in the fuck would I want to use a 5th level spot to ever cast a first level spell? Are you fucking kidding me? Maybe an emergency cure wounds? Oh, that's right. As soon as they stand up, they get killed again. Fuck that game. Sorry. Rant over.
I'm gonna attack them with Scorching Ray.
I would say that I would have lost, half our viewership, but, half of 0 is still 0, so fuck that.
Alright. I'm gonna counter, opportunity attack them with Scorching Ray, so that's 1.
That's the hit. That's to hit, right? Because that does hit.
Okay, and then 2. 1. 2. And 3.
All right. So the first 2 hit. The second one seems to deflect and cause no damage.
Okay.
Tam Tam, do you make an opportunity attack?
That's on I'm sorry, that's on 1, 2, 3, obviously, not the one with silver.
No, you can only attack the one that's moving away from you.
Yeah. Sorry. Just making sure we're clear.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that. 28 hits.
10 damage.
All right. Although made of force, you feel it is plenty susceptible to your monk's abilities of punch. And you punch it right in its palm. Kaz, you get the same opportunity if you'd like to take it.
Yes.
Oh, you're like,
Well, he's got other uses of his reactions.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I want to know whether or not I wanted to use my reaction or not. But they already went, so... Well, I mean, it's fine. 17 damage? I'm sure 22 hit.
It did. And you cleave through its little pinky. And it is now a four-handed living fist. Or living hand, I should say. Okay. Kaz, that brings you up. Actually, they're going to continue their movement. Backing away. And you notice that they're hovering. And they just kind of float over the top of the pit. They got a shit ton of movement. Filbert, you are grappled.
Yeah, I am.
And you take 2d6 plus 8. Let me roll it. Because I don't just... You take 12 points of damage. Bludgeoning.
that's the first time.
At the start of that's at the start of your turn.
Oh. It's been a while since I've gotten hit.
Yeah. Like, I can't even remember the last time, if ever, that you
Oh,
take
no,
it.
I can remember when we were up.
Coming,
Oh,
I think, into the glacier, I almost
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
I stayed behind to cover you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Thank me for, by the way, but we'll talk about that another time.
Alright, let's see. Yep, I'm gonna go right up to the one that's got Filbert. I think that was where it was, right? Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna go right up to that one and I'm gonna attack twice. 27 hit
Yeah.
for 9. And then 11 hit.
No.
Okay. So 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Like, let go of my halfling buddy. And then
Well, you were trying really hard not to hit him.
yeah, that's it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm going with that one. I'm good with that. Yeah, you precision strike. You have to strike at the back of the hand that is clenched around Filbert. So you do manage to slice into it pretty good, though. All right, Tam Tam.
Let's save the halfling. I'm gonna hop on the table desk. And as I hop on the table, I'm gonna try to do a little twirl, hit him with my tail.
All right. The tail whip. So do you get advantage, or is it the 14?
It's the pack tactics.
Oh, so it is. Yes, so your tail strikes true. I keep forgetting that they get that too. All right. So you 8 points of damage as your tail smacks across it, narrowly missing Filbert's face. Filbert, you see this tail coming, but at the last second it kind of diverges and smacks across the knuckles, holding you instead. But you did see this blinding white flash of tail. Yeah, first time in a long time for Filbert, though, I'd imagine. He likes his halfling girl's tan. I specifically put, not for children on, They get those jokes. That's your fault, parents.
He's never going to want to see snow ever again.
I don't want to go to the beach. I don't want to go to the beach. All right. Anything else, Tam?
Then after I do my twirl to get up on the table, I'm going to come down with a punch.
All right. You get 2 strikes now? Or is that a key point?
No, it's the 2 strike.
It's the double strike, right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then if I use my key point, it's 2
2 more.
Bonus.
Boom, 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 boom. Fucking monks. Love them. All right.
Key points go so fast, though.
You strike into him, but that time you kind of it deflects off. You can feel it kind of bouncing off, and anything, it kind of leaves your hand a little sore, a little ringing up your elbow, as you didn't quite make good enough contact to really affect it.
And then I'm set.
Okay. All right, Filbert. You are grappled.
Yeah, I guess I gotta try and get out.
Okay.
Is that another
You-
dex save?
You can make a acrobatics check opposed to the hand's strength check.
Nope.
Well, I got to make the strength check still. Hang on. You never know. I could roll a 1.
Doing it that way, okay.
21. Nope. So you are grappled and you take that damage now.
Yep, I applied that already.
Okay.
I think it was the start of the turn, so.
Yep.
Really have any bonus actions unless I am able to move, so. That'll be it.
Okay. Thea. Or, you know who I didn't roll? Shit.
Really?
Yep. That's okay. She got a 2. So that's exactly right.
She's like,
I knew that. Listen, man, I knew what she was gonna roll. Vlaine is kind of like, my God, they're self-actuating Big B's hands. What in all of? She's so flustered it took her a while to come to her senses, and when she finally does, after seeing Filbert getting squished over there, she does finally react, and she's gonna do something. I'm telling you, she's gonna do something magic. At the she depends to cast dispel magic. So she needs to make a ability check against this guy. It's not at advantage, but it's a 22. 10 plus the level. How many hit dice? And that succeeds. So instead of dispelling, it does Well, it does enough damage to it that Filbert, the hand that's grasping you, suddenly dissipates. You fall to the ground as her spell negates the energy holding it together. I need you to roll a acrobatics check. Which you succeed. And you superhero land. And you do not fall prone. All right.
That's good.
Oops. Thea, I'm sorry. It's your turn.
She's coming.
Gonna get an ice pack. Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah. Huh. Trying to figure out what I can do and not hit everybody. Okay. I'm gonna go like 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna cast Burning Hands and aim it at these two guys. Not the one up here.
Yep.
Okay.
Deck save. And it's half damage, right?
Yeah.
So the first one succeeds. They both succeed. So they take 6 points of damage.
Better than that.
Yep. Okay. You still have a little bit of movement left, I think, don't you?
No, I did 30.
Okay. All right, the hands.
Wait. Hold on. Real quick. Let me just look at something real quick. Alright, nope, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hang on, let me just make sure I can do this.
Is that Cleo or is that Bilbo?
Where?
The cat. I heard a cat meowing. Or is that David's cat?
No, it's Peanut.
That's funny.
They're saying off their cats.
So the first one comes forward and tries to grapple with Villain. He needs to make a deck saving throw. Wow. Which she makes. The next one just goes right ahead and tries to punch Filbert. It balls up into a fist and goes and punches you. And you take... Why is the damage not fucking working? Alright, we'll do it the hard way.
This is where I shouldn't have used my.
You take 31 points of force damage.
Wow.
And
And the second one kind of rushes forward and tries to punch at you. There.
Wording flare.
It's a blinding thing, which they are immune to.
Oh, boo. Well, I spent it anyway.
Yep, but its attack misses anyway.
Yeah, well, it works.
It works.
Yeah. So your flare goes up, and you're able to kind of dodge as though it merrily misses over the top of your head.
See, it worked.
It did. Absolutely. All right. Kaz, you're up.
I'm going to shift the.
How did Filbert get away over there?
I don't know.
sure.
That's where you drop.
Enemy No, I used my skirmisher, dude. When an enemy finishes his turn next to me, I can use a reaction and half my movement to move away.
Yeah, I was going to move them back, but okay. They withdraw.
No,
But you did that anyway. That's you stay where you are. I forget you have that ability, dude. I thought Roll20 glitched.
Oh, no problem.
he just rarely gets melee.
Dude, believe me, that kind of shit happens with the monsters all the time. I'll like click off of something and all of a sudden I'll look and they're not in the same position I thought they were. Like it doesn't let go. The cursor, after you let it go, it still holds on to it. Happens to me constantly. Anyway, go ahead.
But he didn't end his turn next to you, so...
Nah, it's all right. That's all right. I forgot to move him before I told Kaz it was his turn. No, go ahead. Filbert, if you want to still use it, that's fine.
I mean, if he moves away, then I'm not going to move anywhere. So
Okay. Yeah, they back up so that they can get a kind of a full on.
Yeah, well, I'm going to move up then and attack. Does 14 hit?
It does not.
22 should, though.
It does.
For 12 points slashing.
Okay. Tam?
Okay, I'm gonna jump over Filbert's head.
With a kind of an aerial?
Yeah.
Legs out, like.
Do you like use your tail to kind of like, Tigger off of his head?
Yes.
You swear you heard this boing?
And do a little flippy flip and try to...
The wonderful thing about Tam-Tams are Tam-Tams are wonderful things. All right. Yeah, you definitely hit him. Kind of prop yourself up on your tail and you do this kind of spin on your tail. And your kick lands hard on him. Like a raised roundhouse. But your second leg comes across, and maybe you were thrown off kilter by the strength of your first one, and you don't land the second.
These things hurt to hit.
Well, they're made of solid force. Young kobold, beware.
And that's it for me.
Okay, Filbert.
Alright. 10 that way. Try and hide behind the chair.
You succeed.
And I will take a shot at this one right here, the closest one.
Okay. Oh yeah.
29.
Jesus, God level. So,
Shit damage though.
as your force arrow leaves the bow, this yellow force strikes into the blue force that it composes the hand, and you see this kind of bowing in of the blue as the yellow penetrates in, and for a second it puckers in, and the arrow continues inward, and it almost looks green as it's going through, and suddenly, with a loud, almost audible pop, it drives all the way through and strikes the back wall. And the hand dissipates, leaving only 2 left.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay.
Okay. Flane starts to speak an incantation. And as she sticks out her right hand, icy projectiles start extending and shooting out of her fingertips. And I got to see if she has to move forward. Yeah, she does. Sorry, she moves forward a little bit. And fires those out. And they have to make a con save. And succeed. So they take half of 2d8. So they take 3 points of damage. And she kind of retreats back as well, trying to get away from it. All right, Thea.
All right. Yeah. Well. That guy's pretty close to me. Is he close enough where I would provoke an attack of opportunity? Kind of hard for me to see those.
Yes, he is because of his range. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Damn it. No. And I will have to.
I mean, you wouldn't know, but yeah.
He's big, so I assume so.
I mean, you've seen how quickly they move.
Looking a little hurt there, Filbert. Stay alive, buddy.
Okay.
Now, in Pathfinder, I could punch you.
I'm aware. But I mean, you do gotta think about, like, okay, somebody's all of a sudden like...
Why is that any different than sitting there on guard with a sword? You know? I mean, I don't know. Anyway. That's it. Okay. You're staying put? Yeah, you said you were. Never mind. All right, Kaz.
All right, I'm going to shift over to here. Try to get between it and.
Well, you can't climb over a pit.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, well, that was in the middle of the pit. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. So I guess I'll go over to this one then, since I can't reach that one.
Okay.
And I will attack twice. That's a miss. There we go. Now I'm rolling like I used to.
Come back.
Back to me again.
Yeah. Both of those miss. You don't get the angle right on your axe, and it kind of glances off this force, bounces both, and your counter strike doesn't land as well. So you're unable to penetrate to do any damage into this force shell of this living spell.
Mickey,
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it deleted the order of the monster, which went before Cass.
It did. Why did it do that?
I don't know.
Because technology hates you.
Tonight, you remember what it was? Was it
13 point something.
Well, we'll keep that. Kaz's. They'll go now.
Well, Kaz wasn't next to them, I was. But next to that guy.
It's all right. Kaz, that one that you just attacked is gonna try to punch you.
And it hit.
For what is it? 48 plus 8. $27 points of force damage.
And Stone's endurance. Oh, awesome. Yeah, definitely back to my normal rolling state.
So we take 25.
Yeah.
Tam Tam, this one comes after you to punch you.
No, thank you.
Which I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah, they got like, what, plus 10?
24.
Oh my god, I'm gonna use my reaction.
Okay.
Hold on, let me take off the damage first. You said 24?
Yep.
Ow. Alright, I'm gonna use my reaction to do the tattoo. When I take damage, I can make a melee attack against that creature with advantage. on my
Okay.
roll.
Cool. So Tam Tam gets punched. You guys think that she's gonna be flattened down like a pancake, and as the fist kind of draws back, she spits out a little bit of blood and just punches it right back. And as she does so, her fist drives all the way through it, and it winks. It and it shorts out and dissipates. Which brings you up next, actually.
I come
The
over
little
here.
3-foot wrecking ball.
I'm 2'6" tall.
Well,
Close enough,
I
right?
gave you a couple inches for the tail.
Right, so
Actually, it's even better. 2.5 feet tall. Freak, that's hysterical.
Alright, Alright, so this one, I will... We're going to expend another use of the tattoo.
Okay.
So hopefully I hit.
You get advantage, right? You got pack tactics, and that hits.
So that's 8 bludgeoning, and then 46 necrotic. So that's 9 additional product damage.
All right. So as you punch it, the force of your punch makes it start to ripple, and then this black kind of energy spreads out from the point of impact, and it too begins to kind of vibrate, and then it winks out.
Wait, you needed more help.
You needed more help.
No,
Oh, you heal yourself with that, right?
I heal myself with that.
So
Yeah.
how many points do you get from it?
I just get the 9.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Let's
So-
huddle together.
As the last one winks out, the gonging that's been going on through the entire fight fades away, and the pit begins to shimmer, and it too seems to vanish. As you do so, at the same time, the door on the far wall, the glow, once again begins.
Oh, jeez.
You see 2 different handles now on that door. One on the left, one on the right.
Oh, jeez. All right, before we go pull any levers, everybody come here, please. Have a little group hug here.
Short rest?
No, just come here.
I really do would prefer a short rest.
Professor Skeet in the bot goes, yes, the books, the books.
Okay, but first, everybody come here, please. Alright.
I'm feeling quite spry, thank you, though.
Fine, not you.
So she's at full health.
Yeah, I am. But for everybody who's not, you get 6. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Are we still spending an hour here? Because I really
Sure.
like my key back.
Yes, we can take a short rest.
Before we do that, we need a second wind. 1d10. 8 plus firewall
All right, let's add another
minus 17.
hour and a half.
Man, not having key as a monk sucks.
Yes.
Well, they got to have some kind of freaking limitation.
Right?
True. Can't have people punch 4 times all the time.
Or being able to run through the entire dungeon in 2 rounds and scout the entire thing, like the Flash. Step of the wind, step of the wind, step of the wind, step of the wind.
Well, then at that point, you could just be like, what's the race that uses it as a bonus action?
Well, picture a monk of that race.
Exactly.
Mick, I just want to say, this entire campaign, I've shot my crossbow one time.
I've shot it twice. I think.
There's a potion that'll help you with that problem. Little blue potion. All right, so while you guys are doing your short rest, what are we doing? What do you guys want to do?
Seems to cause issues with shooting.
I'm taking a nap.
I'm. I mean, I don't really get anything from this short rest, really. So.
I mean, you're in there. There's 2 bookshelves full of books.
Don't you get like your channel divinities back?
No, long rest.
Sure.
I think channel divinity is short.
Yeah, it is.
Not the channel divinity harness divine power.
What?
It's okay, so this is weird, because I was looking at this, right? So, okay. Getting channel divinity gives, yes, I get those back with a short rest. But if I look at channel divinity harness divine power, it says long rest.
Well, that's because you can use that. You can use harness divine power to channel divinity. You're 9th level, so you can do it twice a day.
Oh, okay.
You
I was
could
confused.
use that. You could use it twice a day.
Okay, and then short rest. Okay.
But your channel divinity come back, so you can use it for other channel divinities.
All right. Well, here Filbert and here Kaz, and then I'll get those back. So, Filbert.
But well, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh,
good.
you're good.
Don't waste the
I
spells.
use hit dice.
I've already used my hit dice, so
Yeah,
Just-
save the slots, Tara.
yeah. Save the slots. and just
They got
gain
hit
slots.
dice, don't? Yeah, you're gonna need those slots.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, just regain the slots and then get your channel divinity back.
Okay. Got it.
So Verlaine grabs a bunch of tomes, starts tearing them tomes, and sits, Indian style on the floor, and starts spreading them out. And she's looking at some, and she's put some in front of Professor Skint. Does anybody else wanna?
Are there any books with maps or nude sculpture?
You would have to spend some time looking to find something like that. As you,
And I just sit in the corner.
But I love how absolutely random like Roll20's for dice rolls are. I rolled a 3 times on hit dice. Out of out of 4 rolls. 3 out of 4 rolls were a 3.
all right. So just Verlaine and Professor Skint going through the books.
Yeah, I'm kind of bandaging myself up and stuff.
Okay.
If I have time after I'm done bandaging myself up, I guess I could help look. But...
Yeah, I wasn't super damaged, so like a little bit of gauze here, there's some singe marks, bruises. I put some arnica on it, and I'll go sit over next to them, Elaine and Professor.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
So
a D4 for me then, Tara.
Okay. So, and then I'm gonna say, so where exactly do you think we're supposed to make this flame ball at? Because it said, make fire from your hand. Where?
Probably when we're at the center tower doing the other 7.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's like a
Of course
fifth
I'm right.
element.
I'm a halfling.
Fire, burns, wind, earth.
All right. So you guys start to rest up. You guys start going through the books. And you do find quite a bit of useful information in these books. 6 pieces of very useful information, as a matter of fact. And I'm going to just read them to you. And as Professor finds them, he kind of reads them out loud to all of you, and Verlaine does the same. Tara, you even find one of these pieces of information yourself, and probably ask, is this helpful? And read it out loud. So, Ythryn was governed by a group of 8 arcanists known as the Wizards of the Ebon Star. Their names and faces are immortalized in the city's museum. So you guys were in there, and you did see those 8 wizards. Each of them was clearly one of the founders, the governing body, I should say, of the Wizards of the Ebon Star. The Wizards of Ythryn were entertained by a competitive sport called chain lightning. Also, that let's know that was a group, kind of a competitive game that you've stumbled across. The members of the Ythryn Orchestra were known across the world of Toro as masters of their art. By law, every mage was taught the prestidigitation cantrip and was obliged to use it to keep the city clean. Wizards imbued certain spells with their own life force, turning them into living entities. And Verlaine kind of goes, well, clearly, we just had to kill 4 of them. The Wizards of Ythryn were on a mission to find relics and ruins of Orstoria, a 4,000-year-old empire of spell-casting giants. And the one that you find, Thea, which you find it struck your fancy, was that many of the city's residents owned strange chimeric, thank you. I'm like chimeric pets with winged hares and venomous baboons being particularly popular. The chimeric creator at the menagerie was the design of High Conjurer Dormerith. And the professor goes, I believe that we are in his very study.
Well, I didn't see any baboons.
Yet.
True. Well, we got what we need from this tower. Once everybody's rested up, we should get out of here.
You guys spent that hour uninterrupted. While you were doing so, a couple of little hand sweepers and dustpans came out, swept up a little bit of the blood. Cloth came out and started wiping and polishing the floor where Tam Tam spit and where Filbert bled a little bit when he got smashed as he did. But other than that, nothing was there to disturb your bandaging, resting, and study.
It's a nice sound.
Feel better, Tam Tam?
Yes. What are we doing next?
I think we should leave this tower and head to the next. Time is short.
Okay, you lead the way then, great lady.
Is everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
Kaz, did you hear about them spell casting giants?
Yes. I have a feeling that's kind of where my runes probably get their roots.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That would be my guess.
Well, onwards.
You lead, we follow. Bessie.
Thank you.
So we gotta look at these levers, right?
Well, there's just two door handles. One on the left and one on the right.
Well, left is always right, so we'll go with left.
Okay. So you go and you pull on the left-hand side, the opposite of the others, and the door swings open, and there is the familiar glow. You go to step through the doorway, and you find yourself Oh, you're just being such a pain in the ass, roll 20. Look at that.
That's what
Good
the portal
stuff.
looks like.
And you guys, all your tokens just disappeared off the board.
We have died.
You find yourself back in, no, you did not. You find yourself back in the room with the feast.
See? I fucking knew it. Left is always right.
Well, I can kind of see where my token is, but it is off the board.
I can see myself. I'm on here. You're just not there. Everybody else is.
I'm still working on it.
I can see where it is, but it's off the map. Oh, there it is. I can see it.
You were lost in the void.
Oh, but it's funny because it still shows my name and hit points and stuff down in the spot down off the
Yeah, I just don't. It's just easier to do it this way.
Yeah.
Icewind Zero has come back.
Oh my god. Yes, and as you do, you kind of got this apparitional kind of view of Winzira in this dome of force, almost as if she was trying to somehow reach out to each of you, but then she disappears as you kind of materialize back in this room. You guys come in through this door here. You now see that the mirror on the other side of the wall has a faint glow to it, and there is a door handle on that mirror that was not there before. Verlaine makes quick work to kind of come over and grab a few more of those pastries. She looks at you, kind of like shrugs a little bit uncharacteristically. Her very icy demeanor breaks a little bit. She's like, "We don't know when we're going to have these again. and shoves a couple of them in her mouth and a few more in her pocket.
I'll eat 3, and I'll eat 1.
I mean, we should have taken our rest in this room.
But think of the knowledge that we gained. Food for the mind. Does anyone need anything from the conjuration box before we leave? And Verlaine kind of walks over there and she puts her hands on the ruby, and she concentrates for a minute and it glows. When it stops glowing, she lifts up the lid and reaches inside, and she pulls out these beautiful white fur mittens. And she reaches in and she takes these bedraggled, blood-stained, nasty things that she had been wearing and just kind of drops them on the floor. She goes, "Oh, yes. Much more fitting."
If you can conjure me some plate armor, I don't know anything else I really need at the moment.
I fear that would be too large of an object, and I don't think that it can handle that type of valuable commodity.
Walrus lady's so smart. I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna get a cloak with a white dragon on it.
Okay. What color's the cloak?
Pink.
Okay. So Tam Tam discards her kind of simple white camouflage-inducing cloak to the ground for this. Is it like a pastel pink, or are we talking hot pink?
It's gonna be a dark pink because yeah.
Okay.
They do still need to be somewhat.
Okay. For a dark pink with a white Asian looking dragon, like serpentine dragon on its back.
You know what? I thought of one thing. I want a small cask of ale. Can it do that?
You can try.
I mean, I do also have a jug that I could do that with as well, that I keep forgetting about. Yeah, I will try to get a cask of ale. Small cask of ale.
Yeah. So you open it up, and there is indeed a cask. It is stoppered. And you pull it off, and you take a smell, and it smells like good ale. And you take a swig, and it's this dark brown, really, really nice ale.
Nice. Stopper it.
Much nicer than you've had in quite some time, since before you came up to Icewind Dale, in fact. Has that rich, earthy kind of caramely goodness to it.
I missed. Good ale.
Was there anyone who didn't eat some of the food? No, I think you all did.
I had a tart, that was it.
I just ate one.
Yeah. So Kaz, Verlaine, and Tam Tam, you gain the following benefit.
Oh, it's a hero's feast. Nice.
The other two of you, Filbert and Thea, you gain just that part. You are immune to being poisoned, or frightened for the next 24 hours, and you will be making all of your wisdom saving throws with advantage.
Right.
2d10. So let's see. 2d10. Got an extra 7.
Woo!
Just,
Look at that. We made our point the hard way. Damn, Tam.
If Rebecca got 7 too, I was gonna be like, what the fuck? Right?
What the actual?
Okay, so this is max hit points, right?
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
So she gets 7, so 74.
I'm at 111 right now.
Mhm.
Okay. So as you approach the mirror that has now become a door and open that up, you can actually see through it this time. Maybe the mirror doors allow you to see where you're going because as you open it up, you can see through the shimmer the courtyard entryway to the tower where you first entered.
I'm going to head through.
All right. You find yourself back out in the necropolis, the dead city.
Well, I think the most logical thing to do would be to move the next one. If that's one. I don't know.
Okay.
We're here.
Right.
Yeah, the glowy symbol.
Yeah, see the yellow glow up there?
Do we see this from our vantage point?
Which?
The arboretum that we have to.
Yes. You can see that there is a recessed piece, but you can see clearly that there are trees still thriving and growing. You assume through magical means, since everything around here is, in that direction. Fuck is my goddamn...
There's trees, but I don't know how wands are crafted.
I'm sure that between my arcane knowledge and that of the professor, that we could craft a rudimentary one, yes. Go ahead and give a perception, everyone.
$17.
Crit. Yeah, all of you are able to make out atop of this tower another glowing ruin.
Which one? This one?
Yep, Verlaine
Okay.
doesn't see it at first.
Like, no, there.
Oh, yes, of course. I can't quite make out. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Could someone perhaps draw that symbol for me, and I might be able to tell you what it is?
Silver.
I draw it.
She looks at your sketch. For giggles, give me a performance. Since you're a cartographer, at advantage.
But I'm like a expertise cartographer.
You're right. And we're back.
The tower that's behind it.
Did you hear any what Verlaine said when she saw the symbol? No. So,
Symbol of divination.
yeah, she says, oh, that's a symbol for divination. In a tower like that, imagine we might be able to find some glimpse of our future and keys to our success.
Is that what that word means?
It is, yes. Yes. That is divination is the reading and portents of the future.
Sometimes of your God, there's different interpretations.
I'm learning so much.
Well, I think we should go to the Arboretum first, and then we'll go to the tower.
Okay. You start to make your way past the tower courtyard, and as you do so, you see on your right a colossal building with many lofts and turrets in a state of disrepair. The ground below littered with rubble. You see a giant-sized door at the base of the structure, which is slightly ajar. Further beyond and just to the left, you see a large sunken area with a canopy of golden leaves crowning trees inside its basin. The trees grow in stark contrast to the bleak surroundings. Their branches sway even though the air is deathly still.
Not a door.
What?
When is a door not a door?
Oh, when it's a mimic. And it eats you. Nah. Bong chicken wong wong.
Me lady would love this place.
No, very true. She very well might have. But she would grow deathly ill this far from her very own tree, though.
Can she transfer trees?
No, they bond for life.
That sucks.
What if you pick up the tree and move it here?
That could work. I don't know
Like a big
the spiritual bond that it has with its fellows, but perhaps, if carefully done, a druid would probably be best consulted to know the answer to that. But it's a very interesting academic question. I'm impressed.
Druids are big.
Druids are dicks. I've never met a William Druid before.
I've only met one druid in my life, and they were a jerk.
A tale I would wish to hear at the end of this.
So how big does this branch tree have to be for your wand?
Oh, probably 2 to 3 feet that we could use then to pare down in the shaping and the forming of it. We might not even have to imbue it. It might just need to be a physical representation of a wand.
Yeah, sure.
find a really nice stick?
I'm sure we could find a very nice stick.
It's gotta be as tall as me, though, apparently.
Pretty
Well.
big stick.
Well, we will walk softly and carry the big stick. How does that sound?
Can you walk softly with a stick?
We shall endeavor.
Ask Filbert.
Small man, can we walk with a stick?
Well, I doubt he has the stick here this time.
Okay.
Wow. You guys say I'm bad. As you guys get a little bit closer, you approach, and you can see that there are magical lanterns spaced out all along this depression. Unlike some of the others, this is a steep-sided, seemingly carved pit. And you come closer, and you see that there are stairs descending down into the bottom from the top, I guess, for lack of a better way to say that. Sorry.
It's cool.
Not provided by Wizards of the Coast. Just gonna throw that little freaking gem out there for y'all.
I like it.
Thank you.
Oh, Emily.
So, as you approach, you hear, you don't feel any wind, but the trees are gently swaying as if to some kind of breeze. And again, it seems to be like a shimmer in the air. Everyone roll for me a investigation.
My best skill.
7.
So,
Get that.
We roll that, Sarah.
oh yeah. Oh, what? Okay.
That's all right. Filbert, you're looking at this shimmer, and you've seen similar kind of waving in the air when you've been out making maps on hot days, when you kind of look forward and you see a kind of a shimmer in the air, or there's almost mirage like of water, and you realize that the temperature inside must be vastly different than it is the cold, biting cold that you are used to. That inside that depression, the temperature must be much warmer than it is up here on street level.
Okay. Be warmer down there, guys.
like a greenhouse.
What's a greenhouse?
Something like that.
Well, it would make sense for those trees to still be alive.
Keep plants warm so they can grow.
Well, I guess we should head down.
All right. So you guys begin to trudge down the stairs. And that is where we will pick up next time. So, yay. Well done, huh? 2 towers and 2 octades. 2 components of the right to gain access have been completed. Nice.
Hooray!
We only don't run out of time before the Frostmaiden gets in.
You guys got like 10 hours or something.
Mm,
Like
14 and a half.
Oh, okay.
Plenty of time.
Restless.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, to walk across a vast metropolis and solve puzzles.
Plenty of time.
Speaking of which, Kaz is getting drunk.
I only took one drink.
I know.
But it was a good one.
So, Mickey, actually, I was thinking for the cloak,
Mm-hmm.
can it be hot pink on the one side and then black on the other?
Absolutely.
Like reversible?
Sure. That was what was in your mind, so that's what it would have made. Let's see. And your experience tonight.
Oh, I just closed it.
You each got 880 experience points.
880.
And there's something that you seem to have forgotten, but you can't remember what it was.
5510.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, good session. Thanks again.
That was fun.
was.
Thanks.